it's Lisa. I just wanted to do another Project Life layout for this past week, and it's February 16th through February 22nd. And it's a beautiful sunny day here in Maine. It's freezing cold. I think it was minus 10 or 12 this morning, but it's really bright and sunny in here in my room, so that's nice. So I have my pictures from this week, and I also found this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. It says, be happy in the moment, that's enough. Each moment is all we need, not more. And that's by Mother Teresa. I actually love that quote, and it's also something that I've been trying to work on in my everyday life, just kind of being present and really appreciating every moment instead of thinking ahead, you know, like, oh, I can't wait for Friday, I can't wait for a vacation, things like that. So I'm just trying to stay present in the moment, and life just seems to go by so fast. So it's nice to kind of have these little reminders in our day-to-day life. So anyway, so I have my photos, and I've actually cropped them, edited them, and used my corner rounder on them. And oh, I also did my journaling, and I cut it down quite small because I had an idea I wanted to put it with one of my other photos to fit on a 4x6 card. So the font's pretty small, but I can still read it. And then I also am using my kit for Scraptastic This Life Noted for February. And I chose my cards. And I also chose this other card, which I can't remember which kit this is from. It's not Scraptastic. It's another, I don't think it's Project Life. It could be Project Life, actually, but I'm not sure which collection it's from. But it doesn't matter. It's just, actually, I like the color red. I was looking for some other color to kind of fit in with my other cards here. So I'll get started. And I kind of had a little bit of an idea of how I wanted to do this week. Oh, and I wanted to also let you know that I chose this format, which is the Becky Higgins American Crafts, and this is style D. So you have 4 vertical 4x6s, and then you have the horizontal 3x4s. Seemed to work out for the way that my pictures were this week. So I have that. So I have some pictures here. This is a really silly picture. It was me in my office when we lost heat at the hospital, and it was freezing. So I had gone to the blanket warmer, wrapped myself up, and decided to take a silly selfie. So that's that. And then also, of course, Polly has to make her debut in the layout also. And let's see, I have just a photo here of my house during one of our snowstorms on the 19th. Oh my gosh, we're getting so much snow. We actually had to go out after that storm and start trying to clean off the roof, and we had over 3 feet of snow up there. It was challenging trying to get all the snow down. I'm just trying to avoid any ice dams and any leaking on the roof. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I hear Texas is getting a lot of snow too. Well, not a lot, but I guess they're not used to getting snow, so it's kind of, things are closing and it's kind of hectic and stuff. So my other picture here is one day my husband and I decided to go to the movies, and then afterwards we went for Sundays, and this was so good. I think it was like peanut butter, Reese's or something like that Sunday. It was a nice treat. And we also went to the movies to see, okay, ready for this? 50 Shades of Grey, which wasn't all that great. So I just saved my movie tickets. I like to kind of do stuff like that when we go somewhere. If there's any little memorabilia, I just kind of tuck it in my purse and save it for my layout. So the way that I had kind of thought this out ahead of time was I wanted to, just want to make sure you stay in the frame here so you can see this. All right. So this, I kind of have some reds and yellows in this week, and that's why I think I was looking for a 4x6 card with red. And I have my cards organized by color, and that seems to work out really good for me. So if I'm looking for a certain color for the week, then I just go ahead and look into my I can't remember the name of the container. It's not an iris, but it's got slots, and maybe I'll show you sometime, but it has slots for all the different cards and the different sizes. And then I went ahead and just organized them according to color, which works out for me. And then this awesome card from the Scraptastic kit I really liked, and I've been waiting to use that. And I thought maybe I would put my quote down here and then put like awesome quote. This card is from Scraptastic, and I like this gold. It's kind of a yellow gold color. I try to lay this out a little bit beforehand just so that I'm not having a 30-minute video. It's a little bit too long for you guys, I'm sure. And this one here I thought was funny. There's quotes and it said no one ever, so I kind of wanted to use that one this week. And this little frame, I believe, I don't know if this is in the Maggie Holmes open book collection there. I can't say it. The packet with the little die cuts. Amphora, I can't say it. Yeah. Anyways, so this I was going to use to frame around my little ice cream sundae on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I don't know about you guys, but even in the winter, I love ice cream. You cannot eat ice cream sundaes. So I cut this down so that it would fit right around the sundae. So that was going to go there. And then I was going to take my little movie tickets and kind of tuck them behind this photo because it was the same day. And maybe, let's see how we can do this so we don't cover up when all else fails is what this card says. So in other words, when all else fails, eat ice cream. I think that's what I'm going to write on there. It's nice to keep little memorabilia because you can always use them in your layouts. Make sure I have enough room for everything here. Tuck this, whoops. Let's just go ahead and put this down here. Alright, and then these little cardboard pieces that we get in our kit have little sayings on them. So I already cut one out here. And it says, great idea. I'd incorporate that in. There's so many little pieces, and I try to use them up as much as I can. A lot of times I don't, so I just kind of put them into the next month's kit and use them then. Because you get so much stuff, which is great. I just want to make sure I'm getting the most use out of it. Oh, and then I have this, I'm sure you guys have seen these by Heidi Swap. They're the little, I don't even really know what you call these. They're just little sayings, and they're see-through, kind of plastic. And I had this one for a long time, and I've been wanting to use it up because I did use the other ones up. And you know, sometimes I'll leave stuff on my desk if I know that I want to use it, because a lot of times stuff sits in little containers and then I never use it. So I thought maybe I would put that up here, and then maybe use some arrows. Maybe pointing towards Polly. And she's so cute. Polly's actually going through a rough time right now. She has another flare-up of her Lyme disease. And geez, I don't know about you guys, but Maine is so prevalent for the Lyme disease with dogs. And the way that we know she's having a flare-up is she just gets really achy. She doesn't want to walk around a lot. She just doesn't act like herself. So she's been on medications for, I think it's been like, this is week 5, and she's finally starting to feel better. So I feel bad for her. I might just use my little stapler here. Put this on. Yeah, so she's had a rough time lately. but she's finally starting to act like her normal crazy self. Then this, I think, this little cardboard piece was from either the Amy Tan Stitch collection or Open Book. I have 2 sets of them, so I'm trying to use them up. I love these though. So I thought I'd kind of put this just to get some red over here on the layout. I'm just trying to space out the red and incorporate it all around. Kind of directs your eyes to Polly, who seems to be the star of the show every week. Yeah, I know I say it all the time, but once my kids grew up and moved on in their life, it's just funny how it's like your dogs become your kids. My husband works a ton of weekends and sometimes nights and stuff too, so it's nice. She's kind of my buddy. She keeps me company. This little XOXO was another one of our cutouts, so I thought I'd just put that up here. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down, this quote. But I thought I'd kind of put this little cardboard piece here that has a little bit of gold on it, and it has a little bit of red on it, and I thought it would kind of add a little bit of color and a little bit of texture here to this card. So I'll go ahead and adhere that down. And I just want to leave room. I was going to write awesome quote here, so I'll make sure I leave room for that. And then this card over here, where I wanted to incorporate this red throughout, I thought maybe what I would do is go ahead and maybe cut out, let me see if this will work. If I cut out a little bit of the middle section just to have a little bit of this pattern that I can maybe tuck in behind here, just to make the layout a little bit more uniform. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, but I like to, if I have a pattern, I like to kind of put it in different places on the layout, whether I cut out an arrow or a heart, or just take a strip and do some layering, things like that. I do know that on this card here, I wanted to add in my journaling box, so I just want to make sure that I leave room for that, because that just talks about the week. And it's nice because you can actually, you know, write everything about your week and change the font size if you need it to be really tiny, so you can just kind of tuck it in here, and it doesn't take away from if you have a lot of pictures and you don't have space to put your journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that down so I make sure that I leave enough space here. And I love tweezers. I love tweezers. They can be used for many different things. This is really long winter. I mean, look at this snow. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Like these shrubs here, it's probably up like 4 feet. And yeah, it's a lot. But can't complain. Could be worse. Can always be worse. Alright, so I think I'm just going to try to cut out a little bit of this pattern here. Let's see, I just don't want to cut it so that I don't leave room for my adhering my adhesive. So maybe I'll cut here. Alright, so I went ahead and cut a little bit of this pattern off and put the picture down like that. And I thought maybe, I don't know, I was kind of thinking maybe adding a little bit of this over here. Kind of tuck it in. And so I went ahead and I put a little bit of that pattern color behind this quote, and then I added a little bit down the bottom, and then I also tucked a little piece up here just to get the color up on the upper right hand corner, and I just kind of bent it out a little bit just to add a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. You know, it's funny because I see a lot of people in some of my Facebook groups, scrapbooking groups, that have been going to crops, and I've never been to a crop. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I've been kind of searching, thinking, well, maybe Portland, because that's pretty much the biggest city around us, or the only city that's close by, but I can't seem to find anything. I'm sure that sometimes when you go to a crop, you must have to travel a little bit of a distance. But there was one that was, I had missed it, but it was like a 3-day crop, and it was, you get a room at the Ramada, and they had like, I pretty much think it included food and everything. I thought, oh my God, that would be really awesome. It would be fun to do something like that, and just to kind of, you know, meet other people that like to do scrapbooking. I think it's hard for people to relate to it that don't do it, so I understand that, because I have a lot of friends that are quilters, and I can't relate, because I guess I don't have the patience to sit down and use a sewing machine and cut out little squares. But I guess when you think about it, doing this kind of stuff with paper, little teeny tiny pieces of paper, is probably about the same, so I think it's all relative. So I wanted to use up a couple of these embellishments that I had left over from one of my other kits from, I think it was Maggie Holmes, or maybe it's Stitched, I'm not sure, but I wanted to add some more yellow, or some yellow. I had a little bit up here, I wanted to put some down here, so I was thinking about kind of putting these down here for this awesome quote. And then we got these acrylic pieces in, I think we've been getting them each month. I think it started in January, if I remember correctly. But they're so cute. This one has a little heart on it, and I also have this other one that I've been dying to use. It's hearts, and I guess from what I've been seeing with other people's layouts is some people have actually been tucking them down into the pockets of their Project Life. Now, I thought about doing on this layout, but the 3x4s were horizontal, and I think I need to do a vertical one. So I really want to use this up because it's really cute and I like the color. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get my quick dry adhesive and put this little heart maybe somewhere on here. Let's see where we want to put this. I put it up on the top. Decisions. You know, I couldn't imagine trying to do layouts every week if I didn't have like a kit. Because sometimes I do seem to grab stuff from my stash if I need to, if I can't find a certain color, but I mean, everything seems to go so well together. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to do, we have these little tabs that we get in the kit that I don't use very often, so I said I'm determined to start using them a little bit more. So I kind of thought maybe I would tuck one down here. Maybe do stamp on this. And I had pulled a stamp out. Oh, it says, oh goodness. So I thought maybe I'd go ahead and stamp on this, because I really haven't been using my stamps enough either. We get such awesome stamp sets with the kit, and I really need to start using them a little more often. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp on. Alright, so I put a little stamp on there that says, oh goodness, and I'm going to go ahead and that above the picture of the continuous snowfall. And the other thing I like about these tabs, which I have to remember to use them more often, is that it just adds a little pop of color. So if you have a lot of one color down here in you know, one area, you can go ahead and just add a little tab and it kind of brings the color over here. So we have a little bit of yellow there. And then, oh, I know what I was gonna do is I have these photo overlays that I wanted to use up from this month's kit. And I was gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of gold to this one. And this was a 4x6, and what I did was I just cut it down just because I didn't want to, I wrote no heat here, question mark. I didn't want to cover up that little saying that I put onto my photo. So I thought that would be kind of nice because we have a little bit of gold. This color is kind of a goldish, brownish color. You like that goldish brownish. And so I'll go ahead and just kind of use my attacher and get this on here. Gotta love these Tim Holtz tiny attachers. Now the piece that I cut off of that 4x6, I thought I might as well use this to incorporate this color to another part of the layout. So I thought, I don't know, maybe I would put it over the black. I cannot believe I can hear birds singing out there and it's so cold out. I think the chickadees in Maine seem to be the ones that survive this cold the best. But the other thing that's really awesome right now is that it's starting to stay light out until I think it was 6 o'clock last night, and I know that pretty soon, sorry, staple problem, pretty soon we're going to be go ahead and having daylight savings time. So it's nice to get out of work and have it still be light out and go to work in the light. I mean, we all know that we need to have some light in order to stop us from going crazy in the winter. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And it's probably going to take a while for the snow to melt. I think last year it was probably June before all of our snow melted and we could actually see grass. And it's funny because since I did Project Life all last year, I can look back and see the progression of the winter. All right, so this card here says "Love Ya" from my kit, and it really doesn't seem to make sense having it in the middle here, but I really wanted to use it because I really like the font. I like the Caitlin Schaefer. She designed this and I really like it. So what I thought I'd do is if I have a card, you know, and it doesn't really matter that much, but I just thought it would make a little more sense if I put a little arrow here pointing to one of my photos. So I have this little punch, paper punch. I don't know who makes this, but it just makes little arrows, and I like it because you can take any color and punch some arrows and add a little bit of pop of color to your layout. And so I went ahead and I punched out a bunch of little arrows here. So I thought maybe I would put them here, pointing up to Polly. Maybe something like that. I'll go ahead and get some quick dry adhesive. Actually, I might just use tape for this. Be quicker. So I got the arrows there, and then I might put another little arrow here by "You Make Me Happy." She actually makes me crazy sometimes too with her barking, but I guess that's what dogs are supposed to do. All right, so actually on this one here, this card that said said no one ever, what I thought I would do is I've been dying to use this little card here that says lucky, and I thought I like the color, and I thought maybe I would put it on this card and write something like "We are lucky let me see. And oh, it was Saturday the 21st. It was -16 here. So I thought, well, maybe I could tuck that under here and write something along the lines of, we are lucky. Sorry, I'm fiddling with this way too much. We are lucky to be cold, or something silly like that, and then said no one ever. So it's kind of corny, but it's true. Corny but true. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. Try to leave room for the letters that I'm gonna put on here with my alphas. Now we get some really nice alphas in our kit, but sometimes, like with this layout, I need some really small alphas, so I pulled out a couple different ones. I have these ones from Webster's pages that were left over from, I think I got them for my December daily, and so they're small, and I thought they would work good with these colors. And then also I pulled out these black ones. I don't know who makes these, but they're tiny. The ones that we've been getting in our kits, which, oh, here they are right here, are these. These are really cool. They're kind of sheer, and but they're too big for my layout this week, so I don't know. I know I'm going to use them, but it's just, I'll find a use for them. So let's see if I can put this down. And maybe tuck that under. And then I'll get out my alphas and go ahead and put some writing on here. Well, it says 16 degrees and sunny, so I guess that's a good thing that at least it was sunny. Gotta look on the bright side, right? All right, so let me go ahead and get my alphas out. All right, so I went ahead and stuck down some alphas. On this card, I put, we are lucky to have this cold, said no one ever. And then up here, when all else fails, eat ice cream. And then on this one here, I just put a quote, awesome quote. And then I really was going to try to, I really want to use these alphas that we got in this kit. I think it was this kit or the last kit. And I usually put my alphas on a ruler to see if it's going to fit, which I think I've seen several people do that in their videos. So I thought maybe I could put them up here, just because I think they're really cool and I wanted to use them. So I thought I would put UGG for the day that my office had no heat. And then I saw a couple of dots here somewhere. Where did they go? Could have sworn I saw some dots. Oh, here they are. So let me picture. Oh my gosh. Pretty silly. All right. So now I'm just going to get some twine and maybe some enamel dots. All right, so I just finished adding some twine, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some enamel dots. I don't think the layout is complete until you add enamel dots. Gotta do some red and black. Only there's not any shadows in here now. And let's see. All right, added some enamel dots, and now I'm pretty much done with my layout for this week. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.